Into the second episode of Tea Time, and we've got the tea for you today. I'm Anthony Rio.
I'm Lainie Davison.
And we are talking about The Bachelor. So why would we stop? Why would we stop and cut to an intro when we can dive right in?
Excellent content this week, I must say, Anthony.
I did not watch the national championship, kind of on purpose, because I wanted to be able to say that I was watching The Bachelor instead.
That, I'm actually kind of proud of you for that. I, on the other hand, did end up watching the national championship. Go Tigers. Which ones? I don't really know. I just knew that if I said go Tigers, I would get someone to go woo. So that's all that matters. But so yeah, I ended up catching up on it on Tuesday. Shout out to Hulu and Spotify for linking up together so I could get caught up on all of the tea for The Bachelor, because Pilot Pete is out here causing so much drama already. Honestly, more drama than Cole, I must say. Even though Cole's iconic jump over the fence thing did happen, yeah, Pilot Pete's really out here making a name for himself. So
I'm not a serial Bachelor watcher.
Okay.
I pick up on it here and there.
Well, Cole's season was very juicy, and he ended up, I don't quite remember all the specifics of everything, because obviously I was engrossed in Hannah B's season I want to say last semester, but yeah, last season. But yeah, Cole had a moment or two where he just kind of went off script and went rogue, and the producers couldn't control him. So I think Pete might be the next Cole, Pilot Pete. If you didn't know that he's a pilot, they mention it like 30 times, and also the windmill bit, they mention that a lot too. So
in the video of him standing on top of his plane, spraying it down with water.
And he's got his shirt off, and you're like, okay, well, yeah, when it's like they've already had someone professionally buff it, and then they're like, oh yeah, no, get up there.
Give him the garden hose.
Yeah, get him,
take off your shirt, please, thank you.
So we have to jump right in and talk about Champagne Gate.
Yes. So I didn't watch the national championship.
Okay.
Maybe you can confirm this, but I don't think any moment in the national championship game rivaled the suspense that we
honestly
all felt when we hear the champagne pop.
Oh, and you just know, personally, I'm all about women supporting women, but I cannot stand Hannah Ann. And I knew from the beginning when the first episode, she goes, "Can I steal you? Can I steal him away?" 3 times. Girl, you've had your chance. You've made your mark. You got the first impression rose. You don't need to steal 3 times. I just knew she was going to be the troublemaker. The producers tagged her and said, "You're it this year. You're the villain." So when the champagne fiasco, when this woman, I apologize. I don't know how Pilot Pete. When Kelsey, I don't know how he keeps all the names straight. When Kelsey puts out this little romantic fireplace setting, I mean, it just kind of looks like the producers went and put something like that. I do understand, okay, you walk up, you do go get the champagne, oh, okay. But Hannah Ann, I think, did know the significance. I think all the women in the house knew that the champagne was important, and she just kind of went for it. So I'm not surprised nor disappointed, because I expected that from her, but it made me dislike her even more.
Okay. I was definitely, when I heard it pop, I was like Team Kelsey. I was hitting the button.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, I heard it pop, and what I also think is the producers. And the fact that it was switched.
There's something sketchy about there being another champagne bottle on ice.
Yeah. And the fact that, this woman has been so attached to the champagne bottle, I'm sure that she would have put the correct one in the holder. So when I heard the champagne pop, I go, okay, the producers are really good. They love to stir the pot. And Hannah Ann is also the worst, and she's already being the villain. So I wasn't as surprised, but it was hilarious. And of course, it just made me hate Hannah Ann even more. So I am a Team Kelsey. I don't know. She's kind of a questionable character.
Her reaction, though.
Yeah, she was upset. She ran into that bathroom. I was like, oh, girl, I feel you. Like, every bad prom experience that every girl's had running into the bathroom, and all of their posse's like, oh, my God, don't ruin your makeup. Like, I feel this. But, yeah, it was a very interesting part of the episode. And the fact that this woman, I don't know how old Kelsey is, but she wasn't old enough to understand the cardinal rule of drinking champagne. I'm not 21. I'm not saying I know how to drink champagne. I'm just saying it's a thing you don't drink out of the bottle after you pop the champagne bottle. It literally spurts up and goes into your nose. And when it happened, when Pete had to have known. Pete was like, yeah, you go for it, girl. You don't use a cup. And I was waiting for one of her eyelashes to fall off. I was like, okay, this woman is caked in makeup. She's going to pop the champagne bottle. She's going to tip it back, think she's so cool, and then her eyelash is going to fall off because the adhesive's going to not work. So
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
She did not have a good night.
She really
Especially the way that she responded to Hannah Ann, too. Right when you hear the pop, then you're like, Team Kelsey. And then you know, the confrontation, I get it. She stole your champagne bottle. Makes sense. But to keep on berating her over and over and over, and Hannah Ann just trying to stay calm. I acknowledge the way that you feel. I don't know if I would have said that. That just
Hannah
sounds
Ann
kind of
is that one friend in your friend group that has trouble apologizing for things. So she just kind of skirts around the apology, but to her, it's an apology. She's just what is that quote that we have that Kelsey said?
Kelsey's quote.
Kelsey's quote about the snake.
This was iconic. I don't tolerate snakes, and I don't like them. Snakes are my least favorite animal.
I mean, so she really went back. She really was ready to poke the bear with this.
Yes.
So the two of them, I'm very interested to see how this story of theirs shall progress as time goes. I think that Hannah Ann is going to be the main antagonist throughout the entirety of the show. I heard from a person who has an inside scoop that, in fact, the producers did say, Hannah Ann, there's a bottle of champagne, go pop it. So, I mean, as a person that's involved in FTT, you do know that reality TV isn't always a reality, and they are telling, you know, hey, go do this, go say this, trying to stoke the fire. So it's going to be interesting to see how the producers play this up. And obviously, in the same episode, then the fashion show, Hannah Ann was made out to be the villain again. Ugh, honestly, the whole fashion show thing where she won, I would be more upset about the clothes that she won than the fact that she won in general. Like, those bags of clothes, that's the only reason why I would have been doing this. I don't really care about Pilot Pete anymore. I see a whole wardrobe of clothes. Give me all the clothes. So, yeah, Hannah Ann.
You did see her enemy side come out too when her and Victoria are walking the runway.
Oh, and they're wearing the exact same outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same outfit. Victoria turns around. Hannah Ann turns around, turns back.
Oh. She's like, oh, wait, I'm actually a model. Keep in mind, has everyone been seeing, I'm sure if you follow The Bachelor, you've seen all of the memes. Hannah Ann is not only a model for clothing, but a model for our favorite Sonic. And so people have been making all these memes like, oh, Hannah Ann, can I have one of those Sonic slushies with the nerds in them type stuff? It's hilarious. So, yeah, I think she's just a little big for her britches. She's also 23. So when I think about it, she's basically like 2 years older than me. She is very young, so I can see, I mean, I think I'm pretty immature, so I could understand some of what she does. But, yeah, the producers are really milking it. And I did know, one of my mom's friends' hairdresser's daughters went on the show once, and the daughter was saying, and this makes sense too, you know, these are girls who normally don't eat a lot anyways. Most of them are models or they're whatever. And when they're in this house, they don't have access to food all the time. They're really not eating a lot, but the producers are giving them glasses. They are like, oh, you want another bottle of champagne? Oh, girl, go for it. So you have to think, there are like 30, it's like a snow globe of like 30 girls who are starving, absolutely hammered, and you're shaking it up, there's gonna be drama. So, I mean, I think that's absolutely great.
You can tell too, like when they're in the DR, just the way that they're talking, you know, you can get the vibe.
Yeah,
that.
oh yeah. It's like drunk girl talk all the time, which is great. And I think that's one of the best parts of the show, is that they're drunk and being catty, and like we kind of see the worst of like female, like the I don't know, the whole fight over a guy, like just the fact that there's like 30 of them fighting over one guy, it just heightens the normal female experience over fighting over a man that we experience probably in middle school or maybe early high school. Okay, now we have to talk about Hannah Brown.
We do.
Hannah B. My guy friends from back home were stoked for this season because they have this unhealthy obsession with him. I don't know what it's about, like this whole fraternity boy obsession, but all of my friends that are in fraternities, when the first episode aired, they're like, we're coming over, your mom has to make us food, and we'll all have to watch because Hannah B is coming back. And they were clapping when Hannah B came back, and they were so excited, and then she gave them the wings and said, okay, like, I free you. Well, this episode, she just kind of decided to come back in.
Yeah.
And I just...
The way that she came back, too, you know.
Yeah.
Pete asks her, you know, run this group date for us.
Yeah.
Maybe the producers were playing a little role here.
Again, back to they're stoking the fire here. They want her...
And then the date she pulls out of the date bag, you know, just conveniently allows her to bring up the windmill story, you know, kind of flesh it out in front of these.
All these girls who would die for the windmill scenario. It's, yeah.
And, you know.
A lot of drama for.
Pete makes it to final 3.
Yeah.
You can't just expect him to, you know, be done and over with this woman, and you come back, you break open the windmill story, and you're stirring up all of these girls as well as playing with Pete at the same time. Like, who is this woman? What are you still doing here? Like, you had your first shot, you had your second shot.
She
like,
really,
you don't just get to keep going down the podium.
Yeah, she keeps thinking that she can kind of triple dip here. Okay, first of all, I love Hannah B. I used to not like her. But then last season when she yelled at this man for, I think, making fun of the fact that she wasn't a virgin anymore, and she went off, she was like, God still loves. She just really did this whole female empowerment moment that I really enjoyed, because she just finally, she'd always just kind of be kind of like, yeah, Southern accent, like, haha. And then finally she spoke up for herself, and I was like, okay, she's pretty cool. The fact that she just let Tyler go, I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on this whole, I think Tyler Cameron's his name, probably the most beautiful man I've ever seen before in my life. I would probably drop out of school for him. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Like, there are very few men. So if you're out there,
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. I know I'm a little young, but I'm a fun person. The fact that she gave up him and Pilot Pete for Jed, who was, like, basically lying the whole time, she has very questionable taste, or she just makes horrible decisions. But she made that decision. And she talked about it on the after the rose spiel, and she did kind of try to flirt with Pete, and then he was announced as the Bachelor, and so we were all expecting her to come back, but she's had her time. Like, she has had her own season to be the Bachelorette. She had 30 guys pining for her. She's obviously still well loved by most of the male species. Like, she's not gonna have any problems. I think that he's kind of still hung up on her too, because she did break up with him. But at this point, this is his season. He needs to let it go, as Elsa or whatever from Frozen would say, let it go, meet someone new, not Hannah Ann, because no. But yeah, it was, I think, again, it was definitely the show's doing to have that, especially when you see all these people going wild for Hannah B.
Maybe she needs to try, you know, finding love off television.
Yeah, maybe. I know, yeah.
The way that the show does things is just, it's so odd. All right, so it flips like our expectations on their head. One male or female, 30 of the other gender.
Absolute Hunger Games action.
Is this even like moral, you know?
Yeah, that's a question that you did ask. I don't know. We have to look at the success rate of bachelors and bachelorettes. I think if you do that, I know Sean Lowe and I forget her name, they have a beautiful family. There's like 2 other people that have made it, and then the most of them have broken up within the first month of dating because they're no longer getting chauffeured by Chris Harrison to beautiful beaches with all-you-can-eat food and free booze. This is, real world. Oh, wait, we never talked about where you went to college. Oh, wait, what do you actually do? Oh, you're a dog walker? That's your profession? Like, I don't know about the morality of it.
Red Lobster.
Yeah, but I don't think that it's just a plausible idea. And what confuses me too, these people are beautiful. Like, most of them are very entertaining. athletic, handsome, smart, whatever. How could they not find love in the like? There is no chance for me if these people have to go on a dating show to vie for one person's heart. Again, I do think though. I guess I just kind of skirted past your option or your question of the morality of everything, but I do think a lot of people come on this show for the publicity. I mean, Jed, for those of you who didn't watch last season, basically Jed tried to come on to the Bachelorette to boost his horrible singing career that his parents don't even support, and he ended up winning by accident somehow, probably the least attractive man in the group. And then it came out that why he was there. I think certain people's motivations can be immoral in the show. Like, I mean, Hannah B did really like him, and I think she did come here for love. Again, it's a TV show, Hunger Games based love triangle thing. Like, I'm not going into it expecting that everything is going to be all roses and butterflies with the morality of it. I don't know. It's entertaining. I love it. The people are crazy for it. It's worth it. I mean, they obviously make a lot of good money, so.
One of the things that, I get if you're going on a show looking to find love. You're going to have the producer, mumbo jumbo. You're going to have some conflicts with, this one person getting close with plenty of people. One thing that kind of bothers me, strikes me as odd, is the way. It's not necessarily that Peter's nice with everybody. Yeah. It's that Peter is close with everybody, And if I'm somebody who's trying to develop a real relationship as opposed to a TV relationship, I can't be Peter close with.
That is, he does definitely. It is interesting to see how he finagles. I loved that one girl that brought the red car, and he pretended like he forgot, and then he pulled out a red car. All of my friends were joking, is he gonna do that with everyone? Because I mean, you do, as the bachelorette, you have to make everyone feel like they're special. And I guess, as a human being, I would be very upset if the guy that I was dating, was also going around making everyone else feel just as special as me. So I think in that sense, as a woman, you're talking to a guy and he's also talking to 3 other girls, that does kind of stink. And imagine it times 10.
Then at the same time, though, one thing that the show does have going for it is, say you go about it the right way, which, maybe that's one of the qualifications of becoming the Bachelor and the Bachelorette. You got to give that up. But you go about it the right way. You find your one and only on the Bachelor. Found your wife, which Peter emphasizes over and over again that he's looking for.
He's looking to wife someone up, guys.
Yes.
This isn't just publicity stunt for Pilot Pete, even though I'm sure every airline now probably wants him to do their opening, this is how you put out an oxygen mask, They do that with, United, their Spider-Man thing.
You can basically live your whole life with the one person that you love, your one and only, making money from, doing your pilot calls, take one picture of you, put it on People magazine or something, and you don't need to go to Red Lobster every night. You can fly to Italy or whatever you want to do.
You're not balling on a budget like most of us here in college.
But then you look at the success rate, and
again, I don't think that this show is set out to actually mash people up. I think that it's a show of pure entertainment, something that we could, look at us. We're talking about this. I was saying, for the next show that we do, if we ever cover The Bachelor again, we have to go into the dorms and see all the watch parties that are going on, because I know that my friends and I had a big watch party, invited girls from other dorms over. I know guys were having watch parties. Guys make brackets and do it. It's just something that connects everyone, because it's almost like a sport. It's almost like a game, like a sports game. Wow, that sounded and good. I'm not on Shamrock Sports, but it's almost like you have players you want to root for, and you're seeing how they strategize.
And you're ready to see the next episode.
And you want to know what's going to happen next. Which, oh my gosh, this.
His mom bawling, bring her home.
Oh my gosh,
And what goes on with
so
Chris
many
Harrison
questions,
coming in at the end?
Well, Chris Harrison, oh my gosh. Chris Harrison in himself is just the major point of The Bachelor for me. He's just so entertaining, and he's just all right, ladies, it's time. He's always coming in with that. He's always
But
the bearer
you're
of
going
bad
to
news.
need to tune in next Tuesday on ABC.
Yeah. Yeah.